Okay, let's start. We're here in Rhino. Let's start by opening up the file we just created. And I'm going to open up the DXF file. And I'll use the defaults. Okay. And what I want to do, if we come over to our layers, you'll note that our layers are here, but for some reason it doesn't retain our colors, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll be able to. And let me get this set up a little bit. And I'm going to take this one and move this down here. I'm going to call that reference. Okay. And as we know, the reference layer is always painted cyan. And onto this layer, I'm going to use my rectangle tool, and I'm going to start at 0. And I'm going to do a 48, 24. And let me go over here and change the object layer there, so that's laid out there. And I can take this, and I'm going to move it up here. And let me maximize this window because I'm going to be doing all my work in the top window. And move this down a little bit like so. And that's good. Okay. And so let me select all my objects on the outer cut layer. And if I look at the properties, those are all curves, which are good. Okay. And I'm going to change that color to magenta. And I'll come over here to my inner cut layer, change that color to blue. Okay. And all those change to blue. Let me take a look at these. And I want to check something. If I click on top of those, and they're grouped, if I look at that also, those are block instances. Okay, so I have to expand those out until they become curves. And the way that you do that, come over here and we select objects, and you notice that 35 block instances were added to the selection. And the way that I expand those is by hitting my explode tool. Now they're objects. Okay, 108 block instances, and explode them again. And I want to continue exploding them until they become curves. Okay. And that scares me right there because that tells me that that's a closed curve, which means that it's probably a double line. So let me select these again. And I want to explode those one more time. Okay. And now those are single line segments. Let me click on top of that. And those are single line segments. Very good. Very good. Very good. I want to look at this really closely here. And I want to try and explode that. Okay. And I can't explode it anymore. It won't let me explode it, so that's good. Okay. Now, so this is formatted, ready to go. Now, if you wanted to add more detail to this, that's where this extra layer comes in handy, this intercut 2 layer. I'm going to move that up. That also gets painted blue. And what you could do with that, you could use your polygon tool here and have a 6-sided polygon there. And I'm going to place that in here like so. Let me turn off my ortho snap so I have a little bit more freedom. There, if I wanted to align it with this one, I could use my rotate tool to align it. Like so. Now I want to make sure when I do this that this line right here is greater than the size of my flap, because otherwise when I bring my flap up it might show through this line here. So I'm gonna do a offset, and I'm gonna go through point. I'm gonna make that a little small. I'm gonna delete that one. And now, if I wanted to, I could then do a copy. Select that. And I'll go from the center. And I'll place that in here. 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 And there. Okay. And then if I wanted to do a similar thing, I'm going to go in with a circle here. I'm going to just pop a little circle in these, like so. Make my life easier. Then I'll do a copy. There. And add those there. I want to do that. That would be smart. And there you go. Right there. And right there. And now this is ready for laser cutting. This is already set to go for laser cutting. And that concludes our setups for our patterns of polyhedra. Now this is really important workflow to understand and to work through and to get done properly, because when we do our Pepakura files, the files are going to be much larger and a lot more complex. And that's why I'm having us work on a very simple object to gain a familiarity with this workflow. Have fun.